Camera's giving some trouble. There we go. I think that's better. Now, writing songs doesn't need to be difficult. I've been a musician off now in 24 years. There's a lot of shit that I wish I knew earlier on when I did, like one finger chords, shit like that. But there's people out there playing things called a diddly bow, which has one string on it. So saying, well, I don't have enough strings, instead of other things, all bullshit. That you can't make a song just with one string, bullshit. They used to all the time. But little blues guys, shit like that would. The diddly bow, old school blues. There you go. Um, Cigar box guitar is usually four string, meant for slide, shit like that. But you can even set one up just for easy power chords, shit like that. You know, you don't need some fancy shit, right? And you don't need to fully know what you're doing. Even for surf type shit, there's some that you can just do using the top sideboard, doing the top string. You know, I, I really don't know any covers, but I remember a little bit of kind of some Dick Dale type shit, right? So, right? You can have basics to it like that. You know, just even White Stripes, not my favorite band by any means, but shit with one string. So you don't need to have, you know, the best equipment or any shit like that for it. And it's really that simple. Usually for a song, two parts. That's really all you need. Verse, chorus, that's it. That's a lot of the shit that I wrote is just verse and chorus. Now, sometimes it might seem more complicated and everything else, you know, a lot of moving parts, sometimes not, and it doesn't always need to be that way. You can write shit with two chords. I don't care what instrument it's on. Guitar's my main. That's the reason I fucking have one in my hands right now, right? That's it. That's all. The only reason is because it's my main. But what's going on? But like I said, hey, G, right? I think that's what it says. All right, yeah. But like I said, it doesn't matter about the number of strings or anything else you got fucking going on. To be honest with you, because the both only have one string. Only have one string. Cigar box guitars, four strings. I know they're mainly meant for sliding and shit. Yeah, I already did, G. Just a second ago. I said, welcome for coming in, Matt. Or, I don't know, man, woman, whatever. You know, I have no idea who's on here. So, but even with that, just one finger chords, right? Move that up. You can write one just like that. It doesn't need to be something real difficult. Oh, okay, cool. I had no idea. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm always guessing on my end. But even just something like and with two chords, I'll use one of mine as an example real quick. But one part has three, but mainly two for the verse part, and that's it. Just doesn't need to be anything difficult. There you go. That's the whole thing. That's 90% of the damn song. You know what I'm saying? Two chords, one strumming pattern that just loops, and there's a break. There's no chorus on it. I could have put a chorus on that one, but I didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? So, and even with stuff like that, it's all. I'm not moving all over the neck. I'm not tiring this arm out moving all over. I'm not doing any crazy solos because it's not needed. I mean, people even what's going on will think stuff like this might be difficult. Now, maybe to some people it would be, but just showing you, I'm not used to doing it at the single, so it might sound a little rough. The neck's up pretty high on me right now, so, but Thanks. But see, it looks tough, but it's all one per the neck. My hand's not moving all over the place. This hand's doing a lot more work on that than this one. You get what I mean? So there's all kinds of different ways. You don't need to have a bunch of chords. You don't need to have a bunch of tempo changes. The main thing I try to bring to anything I write is just some life to it. You know what I'm saying? Some movement, some kind of. It's kind of hard to. Venus, I don't really do that. So sorry. If you're in here just to get some attention, that's fine. But I'm trying to help some people out and all that. You get what I mean? I'm not trying to be a jerk. So. All right. Sorry, everybody. Give me 1 second. Okay. There we go. But like I said, this stuff doesn't need to be hard to write. You can do just one finger chords. Second fret right there, not the top string, but the one underneath that, the A string. You're doing both. Move that down 1 string. You can do that. And now this one, I'm going to hit 3 strings, but one of them's going to be muted. So third fret, top string. Leave your finger resting on the second string and the one underneath that open. Then right there. And with those 3 alone, you can write a bunch of different stuff. It doesn't need to be that speed or anything else. But a lot of old country stuff was 3 chords. A lot of rockabilly is 3 chords. A lot of rock and roll is 3 or 4 chords. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of different types of music is mainly that. I mean, even jazz, the old school shit, that can be like 3 chords. Now, sometimes they'll change up, like this is a 7th or whatever, and might change it up a little bit that way, but that doesn't mean you need to. You can write shit with 2 chords, with 3 chords. You can write stuff with no chords at all. You can write stuff with 1 string. There are no rules to it, like I said. And the reason I have this out is just because guitar's been my main instrument, right? And I'm looking at 2 others right now where I'm sitting at. So, what was I going to grab? Of course, a guitar, right? But it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be really hard to play. You don't need to spend forever learning. Sorry, bud. Before you play your first song or write your first song, right? Didn't mean to bump you with the guitar, little buddy. Go back to sleep. Like I said before, diddly balls, they have 1 string. And some of the old surf stuff, Dick Dale and stuff, a lot of just top string. You can even think of it as partially a bass at that point if you want. But there's no reason you can't write shit. Really, there's not a lot to say about it. You can just do the shit. That's all I've been getting at. So I know it's me saying it over and over and over again. It's because it's that simple. You can fucking do it. Go for it. And if people think it's bad, some people will call that outsider music or whatever. And guess what? So there's gonna be somebody out there that still likes that, believe it or not. People say that they like shit ironically. No, they just like it. They won't admit they like it. You know what I mean? So make whatever the fuck it is you want to make.